Hi everyone! Thank you so much for tuning in again to this Yoga with Amy episode. So in this video, I'm going to be introducing a couple of ideas from the yoga philosophy, more specifically from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And if you know a little bit about it, you'll know that Patanjali offered an 8-limbed yoga path. And right at sort of the end, the crescendo of that is attaining a state that he called yoga, which is essentially where all of the material world kind of disappears around you and you are just fully content within yourself. At least that's the way that I understand it. So the two things that I would like to talk about with you today are two of the Yamas. And the Yamas are moral ways of behaving that are part of this 8-limbed yoga path that will help you reach that level of meditation and that level of enlightenment at the very end. Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga actually start with the Yamas and the Niyamas, which are ways of behaving towards yourself and towards others. So I'm going to talk about two of the Yamas today. That's Asteya and Aparigraha. The first one, Asteya, means non-stealing, but that kind of involves a little bit more than just kind of stealing some sweets from a shop kind of thing. It kind of extends further to mean that you're not taking things from other people in terms of also their time, their energy. You're not depending on other people as much, and you're finding more contentment in yourself, and you're able to be more self-sufficient and kind of produce your own happiness, and you can take everything you need from yourself rather than taking things from other people. So that's Asteya. Second one is Aparigraha, and this is the one that really rings true with me at the moment. This is non-possessiveness, non-attachment, and kind of not necessarily feeling the need to take more material things, which is obviously very, very at odds with our society in general, because we are a consumer society. We're always told that we need the next thing, we need the next iPhone, we need the next fashion item, whatever it might be. And it's very, very hard to resist that when every single person around you is shopping and buying things and etc., etc. And so I recently moved from the house that I was living in back into my mum's house, and I thought, how much really could I have accumulated in a year? I don't need anything. I'm not a materialistic person. Moving back into my mum should be absolutely fine. So I took everything out of the flat, and it took many, many, many car journeys. And I'm there thinking, why do I have all this stuff? And do I even need all this stuff? And now that I am back here, am I even using all this stuff? So I think that was something that made me start to think about my attachment to items and to objects, and trying to find contentment with what I have rather than necessarily feeling like I need all of this stuff just because I have it and just because it's mine. Do I actually need it, or could I do without it? And then before I go shopping for something else, thinking, do I really need it or want it? And if you've seen the video that I've recently done about not buying clothes for a year, to give you an update on that, I'm doing quite well. I've not bought anything. I bought one second-hand item back in August, a top from a charity shop. So I think I'm doing pretty well with that. And I'm going to keep going, hopefully, until next August. That one was more about non-harming and not being harmful to the environment, which is another one of the Yamas. So that again all ties into Asteya and Aparigraha, that not wanting to take things, not wanting to accumulate lots of things. And so I just wanted to mention those. And I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment again. So we did no clothes for a year from August, and now my birthday is coming up, which is the perfect time to practice non-attachment, non-stealing, all these kinds of things. to practice not necessarily needing material things. So what I would like to do for my birthday is I'd like to invite the community of Yoga with Amy and anybody else who might be watching to donate even just a couple of pounds. Donate a couple of pounds to a charity, and you can do that for my birthday if you wish, which is in October, and you can donate a couple of pounds to a charity, your favourite charity. Let me know who you've donated to, and together we can kind of feel really good about raising money for good causes rather than needing to always take stuff for ourselves. And if you don't want to do that for me, which is fine, because if you're watching this, you might not really know me very well. You might think, why should I do anything for your birthday? Then you could always try and do a similar thing for your birthday. Practice non-attachment. Practice not necessarily asking for, lots of clothes, lots of things. And instead just ask your friends and family to donate to either a charity of your choice or a charity of their choice, and just see how good you can all feel from donating to good causes together. And it's actually quite a nice way of getting back in touch with friends and family and seeing what they feel strongly about and the causes that they like to donate to. That's it really for this talk. I just wanted to mention those two yamas, and like I said, there's certain things in life or things that happen that will make you think about some things within the philosophy of yoga, and that was moving house and having my birthday coming up with two big things that just made me think, how can I put yoga into practice in my everyday life? And like I said, it's all about practicing it for yourself, seeing for yourself, and seeing if it leads to greater happiness and leads to a greater feeling of freedom, really, which is that highest level of yoga, being totally free from any of the shackles and chains of the material world. So quite a big topic, and like I said, I'm very, very new to it, but that's how I understand it. And if you've got your own thoughts, your own kind of feelings, advice, or if you've also read the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, or you'd like to, just keep in touch and let me know how you get on with that. So it's been lovely to talk about this. It'd be great to open it up to a discussion to see what you think. And yes, this has been Yoga with Amy. Thanks for joining. Bye.